Did you know that InDesign has a stroke designer hidden away in the interface that gives you loads of creative possibilities? If you want to find out more about that, you're in the right place, here in the Work Smarter Not Harder dojo with me, Tony Harmer, aka the Design Ninja. Okay, so just a quick look at this before we get started. This here is actually just one stroke, and just to show you that, if I go ahead and change the weight of the stroke, you can see that it is indeed just a dashed line like so. So let's investigate how we get to this particular point. I've got a brand new document just here, and I'm going to hit backslash on my keyboard to get the line tool. I think I'm going to draw a line here to start off with. Okay, and I'm just going to tap D on my keyboard to give that the default stroke just there. And I think also, why not? Let's go and do an ellipse just here also as well. And once again, I'm going to tap D here, which gives it a black stroke and no fill. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select the line at the top here. And then we're going to go to the stroke panel. Now you can either get that from the window menu to open it like so, or if you're using the properties panel, you can click the stroke hyperlink just there. Now, as it happens, mine is drawing just off screen just at the moment. So I'm going to go up to the window menu and choose stroke to open the panel like so. And it's here in the flyout menu at the top right, you can access stroke styles. Okay, so that will open up like so, and here are all of the built-in default stroke styles. Now, if there's one that super offends you, you can always highlight it and edit it if you've designed it, but you can't remove these. These are the hard baked-in defaults. But I'm going to click New just here, and you'll see that the new stroke style dialog opens up. Now this opens with a dash, and you can see here that I can drag like so, and then just click and drag, or just drag like that across and add up to 5 different dashes on this stroke. So I'm just going to call this one dash 1 just here and add that. Okay, and then tap done and okay. And I'm going to apply that to this particular stroke at the top here. Now I'm going to increase the weight so we can see that, and then I'm going to go back to the stroke designer just here. So stroke styles and click on dash 1. Then I'm going to click edit. I'm going to turn on preview here. Okay, so we can see the results, of course, on the work. And I'm going to change these around. You can see that's actually happening. Now, the thing that you might want to change here is the pattern length, because that has an impact on the actual repeat of the dashes. So if I go ahead and increase that, so mine's at about 8.467 millimeters at the moment, I'm going to change that to 20, okay, just here, okay, which should be fairly easy, but at the moment is refusing to play ball. There we go. If I do that, then that should start to change the strokes just there. If I just move these around a little bit more, and you can see how the pattern should be changing just a bit. Okay, so that's how you can work with dashes. If I create another new stroke style here, okay, I'm going to call this one dots 1, like so, and I'm going to change the type to dotted. This is what you get, and the pattern length here again determines the actual repeat. So if I bring these together and then add another one, all you need to do is click, okay, to do this. Right, and you can see how that works. Now, if I change the pattern length, just here, you can see again, okay, that's how the pattern there is working. Right, so if I just change that to something like 9, and if I change the preview weight here as well, if I want to, you can see that the dots actually just scale. They don't scale the gaps, which is an important thing to bear in mind as well. Then you can go ahead and create your new dotted stroke. I'll just tap add to add that to the list. And now I'm going to go to the stripe option, which looks very, very similar to the option we had for the dash, of course, but it's vertical just here. So I'm going to call this one stripe 1, just there like so. And then I'm going to click and add a couple more strokes in here. If there's one you don't want, you can simply target it and drag it out like so. So this one here, for example, if I make this one wider and then just drag it away, you see it disappears like so. You can go ahead and design your stroke like this. If you exceed what InDesign can actually do with it, it will tell you. But if you end up with something that looks super solid, you probably know that. So I'll go ahead and do that. Then I'll tap done and OK. I'll select the ellipse just here and I'll apply my stripe 1 to it like so. Let's increase the weight so we can actually see it. So if I go ahead now and maybe make that super big, let's make it 100 points. There you go. There are tons of creative possibilities that you can explore with that. But just to wrap this up, did you know there are 6 extra Easter egg strokes hidden away inside? And this is the benefit you get for watching the movie to the end. You get to find out these little things when I have them. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a new ellipse like so, or actually let's go with a rectangle. Let's do it that way because that way we can explore corners. I'm going to change the weight here to 70 points. Then I'm going to go back to stroke styles to access my stroke designer. And I'm going to tap new. Then I'm going to make sure that I have a dash just here and I'm going to type the word feet with a capital F just there. Anything else I do here will be completely ignored. So I'll just tap add and you'll see I've got an interesting pattern going on just there. I'll go ahead and type happy just here and add again. Capital H is important. And another one, let's do lights with a capital L and add. And then we'll do woof, the sound a doggy makes. Yep, that's the one. Okay, and we'll tap add and you can see something's been added there. We'll look at these in a moment. Then I'm going to switch to my stripe style and I'm going to type rainbow just here again, capital R and add. And then just one more time again with a stripe, I'm going to type raster just there. Okay, and add and done. And then okay. And now let's apply those in turn. So if we go here to the type and choose rainbow, we'll do them in reverse order. This is what you get. Okay, you get a rainbow stroke like this. Got raster. Okay, then of course you've got that. If I gave that a black fill, that'd be perfect. Then we've got our dash styles. So let's go for feet. So you can see we've got feet going around there. Then let's try happy. We've got smiley faces going around. Whoops, if I actually select it. There we go. Smiley faces all around there. Then lights. This will be great for the holiday things if you're kind of design limited. Let's say that for that. And then here's woof. Nice doggy paws going all the way around. And there you are. That's how you can access and play with and explore the hidden away stroke designer inside of InDesign. For now, we're done and I'll see you next time here in the Work Smarter Not Harder Dojo. See ya.